Hello student, welcome to the online tutorial session. Today we're going to talk about the topic data communication, or you can say data transmission. Either of the term you can use, and also we will talk about the components of the data communication. So first we have to understand that what is data communication. So data communication or data transmission. So is the concern with the physical transmission of a message over a physical point to point or point to multiple point communication channel. So many terms you don't know. Few terms I have used, that is you don't know. Point to point. Point to means one computer to another computer, or point to multi-point means one computer to the several computer. Any broadcast message has come from the Vodafone company, ma'am. This offers. So this offers for maybe applicable for thousands customers. So one message is sent it to thousand, or a particular special offers only for a particular customer. So this end to only a particular customer. This is actually the meaning of a point to point communication or point to multi-point communication. Okay, there is another component they have said use, that is one of the word or terminology, that is a physical transmission. Physical transmission means through the wire connectivity they are actually the transmit the data. Okay, so example is that you can use copper wires for it, or you can use optical fiber. Sometimes in the wireless communication we are using the electromagnetic waves for this data communication. Okay, so what will happen actually in the data communication process? At the source where actually the informations are reside, who wants to transmit the data, they collect the information and stored into a well-structured and well-structured form, so that it will able to transmit the data to the specific destination. In the receiver end, what will happen? In the receiver end, the signals are decoded, because whenever we are transmitting in the network, we are using the encoding, because if anyone trying to hack the information, they are not able to retrieve the information because it is an encoded format, so that no one at the same time they will get, and they will get the particular information. We have decoded, modified in such a way that no one will able to understand what is the particular information. So in the receiver when the signals, whatever information we are transmitting, they have to decode it, and then the user will able to understand what is actually the message beat or message information is this. So to particularly actually do this all the steps properly, we need networks, we need modem, we need computer hardwares and softwares. Okay, so what then to perfectly run this communications? So what are the actually the different components are used? We will talk about this. So there are only 5 components are there. Number one component is the send, we can message is there. Next second component is actually the sender is there. Third component is there is receiver, and who will actually receive, and the fourth component is transmission media, and fifth component is protocol. Okay, so these are actually the 4 components of data communication. Okay. So first we will learn about the first terminology, that is message. What is message? Message is nothing but the information or bit of information that we want to transmit. Okay, that we want to in the communication channel, that we want to find out. Okay, what kind of information we are sharing in the media? It may be a text kind of information, or maybe a picture, maybe or any audio, maybe a video. Okay, maybe or any numeric data, anything we can transmit as a message information or as a message beat. Okay, actually you are sending, ma'am, the information we are sending, how it is going on, it is actually the total information has been fragmented in a different packets. Okay, different packets mean in a small information bit, and one by one in the encoded format we are actually transmitting our information. Next one is the terminology is sender. Sender is actually who have this message contain, who have this particular message and who intended to send this particular message. Okay, so sender can be a computer. Okay, sender can be a workstation, or telephone headset or any video camera or something like that, who wants to send this particular information where actually the information are reside, or we can say it is recorded the information and want to transmit. Just remember the term who want to transmit the information is known as the receiver. And next is fourth component is transmission media. It is a very important topic. So media is actually, you can say, the pathway through which we actually sending the information. Actually it is a link between the sender and receiver. Okay, through which actually sender will send the data and receiver will receive the data. This is a pathway of the medium. Medium can be a two type. One is a physical media, one you can say the wireless, meaning wired media or wireless media. Using the physical pathway means that we are using the cables where. Okay, cable, different types of cables are there: coaxial cable, fiber optic cable, twisted pair cables, normal copper wires. These are the physical, because here we need to set up these things. And the wireless media is something like this. We can use the ear connectivity and some other connectivity also, through which where we don't need to set up the wires. To set up the communication link between the sender and receiver, we do need to use the physical communication media. Okay, the next terminology is a protocol. You just remember the protocol is nothing but a set of rules govern the communication. In what way the communication can be possible? They will actually, when you open a particular site to find out some information, they will send the cookies to accept. You remember the cookies, you have to accept this cookies or some terms and condition you have to accept, and then only you can further further you can proceed to access the information. Okay, that is called the rules on the protocol. When we trying to transmit the data into media, so we have to follow some rule, because for the smoother occurrence of the communication, a set of rules are there, because you have to follow some rule. So right now we are following the hygiene rule now, so that we can save from the coronavirus attack, like the same thing. So if you want to transmit the data in a proper way, so you have to follow the protocol. So if you want to, like the same, you want to stay in the school, so whatever instruction or rules are set by the principal ma'am, you have to follow that. Okay, the same thing, its protocol is nothing but the rules that has been set up. Because here also why it is required, there is an agreement between sender and receiver. Because I'm saying that sender from the sender ends, when we are sending the data, that is an encoded format. So if I am encrypted my data, then the next person who will receive the information, how they will get what the message, they have to decrypt it. It means they have to decode it. And so what rule I have applied in a encoding, just the opposite rule the receiver wants to apply to decode the information. So what kind of a rule they have applied, sender has been applied, they need to send to the receiver also, because just the opposite thing they will apply to retrieve the information. So that is actually the agreement between them. Okay, so they need to agree on a some key or some protocols or some rule, so that whatever information is sent by the senders, as receiver will retrieve. Okay, how this actually process is going on, see. Senders are there. Okay, senders having this message information. Okay, sender will first in the media send a signal that this particular system want to transmit the particular data to this particular system. This media will sense the channel, that this channel is busy or not, something is going, some transmission is going or not. If there is no transmission, then this media will give the permission to send the information to the sender. Now when the sender is get the acknowledgement from the media that you're free, you can send, then sender will send the data. Okay, in the medium will judge to the receiver is free or not, or if it is taking information from other or not. If it is free, then media will transmit data to receiver. In the receiver, when what will happen, sender will send the key to open this particular message. Then in the receiver end, receiver will apply the key and decode the message and get the real message. In this way the communication is going on. Thank you student. I'm ending my lecture.